Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S Exam Prep. My name is Naveen, and today we will be looking at DILR strategy for the next 12 months for CAT 2024. So we will be discussing how you should be preparing if you are an aspirant for next year's CAT. What should be your strategy? What all topics you need to cover? When should you cover? When should you should start writing mocks? What should be your target month on month until the next year? And we will also solve certain questions of some specific topic, okay, and see how do we attempt those questions. So let's begin with the notification part, okay. Yeah. So CAT 2023 notification was released on 30th of July, and the exam will be conducted on 26th of November. And based on previous year trends, IIM Lucknow will be the convening body for CAT 2023, and it will be conducted in online mode based on previous year trends. So normally what happens is every year around the month of July, we get the notification for IIM for the CAT, and it's the November 3rd week, the last Sunday, wherein the exam is conducted. Okay, so it's going to be true for 2024 as well. So if you talk about 2024 notification, it will be released by July 2024 end week, and the exam will be conducted on last Sunday of November 2024, which is November 24th. So ये date decided है 2024 year में 24th November को exam होगा. And based on previous year trends, IIM Bangalore might be the convening body for CAT 2024. It will be in the online mode as usual. Okay, offline नहीं होने वाला, online ही होएगा. Okay. Next part is what will be the paper pattern. So hold on. Let me. So the paper pattern will be this same as CAT 2022 paper pattern, or CAT 2023 paper pattern will be same as the one that we will see this year. Okay, there were 24 questions in VARC, 20 questions in DILR, and 22 questions in QA. Out of these 24, 21 were MCQs, 14 in DILR were MCQs, and 14 in QA were MCQs, and TITA questions were 3, 6, and 8 respectively. So out of a total of 66 questions, 49 were MCQs and 17 were TITA. TITA stands for typing the answer, wherein there is a fill in the blanks type of questions where you have to put in the values. Section wise time limit was 40 minutes and marking scheme was 3 marks for every correct answer, -1 for wrong for MCQs and 0 for TITA ones. And for unattempted questions, 0 marks were awarded. So if you talk about 2024 expected pattern, जो हमारा take है वो ये है कि in VARC the number of MCQ questions will lie in the range of 19 to 21, in DILR 15 to 18 and QA 16 to 18. And non-MCQ questions जो होंगे वो हमारे 3 to 5, 5 to 6 and 6 to 8 respectively for VARC, DILR and QA. Total number of questions will be a minimum of 66. It can go as high as 76. So number of questions may change. Okay, section wise time limit could be 40 to 60 minutes, as in it could be a 2-hour or a 3-hour paper. Marking scheme though is not going to change, it will remain as it has always been. Okay, so having known first of all exam के बारे में, next how many questions are there in each section, how many of them are MCQs, how many of them are non-MCQs, marking scheme. So the next comes in what is the score versus percentile. If somebody wants to understand that what they need to score in order to attain a particular percentile. So in that case, you can see that the percentile that we always target is हमारा ये होता है, this is our target 95. ठीक है. And if you look into last 3 years trend, so if there were 66 questions ठीक है, 66 into 3 is 198. So 66 questions मतलब total 198 marks. In order to score a 95 percentile, you need a 70 marks. Same was true for CAT 2021 also. Jidhar 66 questions were there, you needed a 71 marks. So when you have a 66 question ka exam, you need a 70 marks approx to score a 95 percentile, right? And if there were 76 questions, which was there in year 2020, so 76 questions mein you need a 77 marks to get a 95 percentile. Okay. Now, if you score 100 marks, this will be good enough for you to get more than 99 percentile. ठीक है. So एक thumb rule याद रख लो कि 99 marks पे 99 percentile आएगा. ठीक है. The easiest way to remember this. Now 99 marks out of how much? 198. So 99 out of 198, which is just 50%, है ना? Total marks का 50% marks if you get, you will get 99 percentile. So is the paper difficult? No, it's not difficult. It's the paper. The questions are tricky. They are sometimes calculative. They are sometimes lengthy. They are the types of questions which generally people do not solve when they are in school or colleges. So that's what it makes different. Now, if you talk about specifically LRDI में क्या चाहिए? So in LRDI, you need a 22 or a 25 marks depending upon last 2 years. So to be on the safer side, I can say that you need a 24 marks to get a 95 plus percentile. 24 marks means 8 questions correct. So अगर 8 questions आपने correct कर लिए, so you will be able to score 24 marks, which is a 95 percentile. Now, for a 99 percentile, you do not need a lot of more questions. Just you need to do is, you need to solve is 2 more questions. So 10 questions at the rate of 3 marks per question. और आपके 10 questions अगर सही हुए और आपने वही attempt करे थे, there is negative marking of course. So assuming that whatever you attempt is correct, you will get 30 marks, which will definitely fetch you more than 99 percentile. ठीक है? तो thumb rule again, 30 marks, 99 percentile. We are talking about LRDI specifically. What about mock percentile versus the CAT percentile? As in when you guys start writing mocks, तो कितना आपको score चाहिए होगा mocks में कि आप CAT में उतना percentile लेकर आ सको, है ना? So you can see that here we have a range that in the mock, if you score somewhere around 80 percentile, तो आपका CAT में you start getting a good percentile. So in the mock, your target is going to be 80 plus percentile, so that in CAT you will have a desired percentile which will help you get into one of the IIMs, not necessarily the top or the older IIMs, but new IIMs जो है baby IIMs, उसमें से call आ जाता है. Also, you are going to be eligible for other good tier A or tier A plus MBA colleges as well, right? Okay. What would be the study plan to ace LRDI? Okay. So in order to understand this, मैं आपको month wise break देता हूँ. I'll give you 3 months का break. At regular intervals of 3 months, what all things you are supposed to cover, you need to get done with. Okay. So I will unhide myself. So currently it's October month, right? October, November, December. Next 3 months, starting with this month, what all things you need to cover? Assuming that you are next year's aspirant. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to pick up the basics or the important topics that come under LR and DI. So you always start with DI initially. And for DI, you should be good with arithmetic. Arithmetic is a topic under quant QA. So if you're not good at arithmetic, reading or trying to solve DI is going to be useless. Somebody who will be able to solve a question in 30 seconds, you will take 3 minutes to solve. Okay? So not worth. So you need to complete quant ka arithmetic topic before you start with the DI part. And within arithmetic, you don't have to solve everything. You have to solve percentage, and you have to be good with ratio and proportion. In other words, you should be good with around 80% of arithmetic topic, because arithmetic topic has got something beyond ratio and proportion, the application of ratio and proportion being time in work and time speed and distance. उसकी ज़रूरत नहीं है DI करने के लिए. For DI, you majorly need percentage, ratios, averages, alligation, mixtures, successive percentage change, profit loss discount, SICI. These topics are necessary to get done with DI. Okay? So once arithmetic is done, then you can start with DI. And DI, basics to advanced level, a person will never take more than 2 months to master it. Maximum 2 months of continuous DI preparation is more than enough. But once you start with the arithmetic, don't jump over to moderate or advanced level. इसके बाद आप केवल basic level questions you can attempt in DI. Now, when it comes to LR, so LR has got tons of topics. The most common ones being arrangements and combination and puzzles. So you need to start with LR with these 3 topics. Puzzles, maybe, some puzzle book that you can pick up. We already do 2 series on puzzles. One is the book or the questions of George W. Summers. Another is late Mrs. Shakuntala Devi's puzzles. There are more puzzles and riddles that are available online. You can also start solving Minesweeper, Sudoku, start playing games, and necessarily start watching cricket, football, hockey, so that you know the terms. Okay, this is a very, very simple thing that a lot of students face when they are solving questions, when they are practicing, that they do not watch cricket. Okay, so what you like or what you don't like, it's none of the concern of the exam conducting body. Unko, they don't care. They don't care whether you like a particular sport or not. They will give you a question on it. And if you don't know how to play that sport, if you don't know the terminologies used, though those terminologies are going to be defined in the question, but if you don't know it beforehand, it's going to be so much difficult to understand it. For example, if you don't like cricket, if you don't watch cricket, it's not a game of your kind, of your choice. And what if they give you a run rate, over rate, strike rate? आपको अगर इनके formulae या फिर how it is they are calculated, if you don't know, तो exam में बहुत दिक्कत आएगी. And in exams, they will most probably give you such terms, right? So people who do not watch these games, you need to start watching. Specifically cricket, because India mein cricket is one of the biggest sports. Also, every time there is a game, the game is either based out of cricket or football when it comes to LRDI topic of CAT. And cricket questions are easy to solve as compared to football. Okay, cricket में varieties बन जाते हैं. And not just cricket, I'm talking about chess, I'm talking about Ludo, checkers, right? So there are a lot of games that exist, tic-tac-toe, that you should be playing, you should know the rules. There is no excuse for कि मेरे को पसंद नहीं है सर, मेरे को नहीं पढ़ना तो नहीं होगा एग्जाम में सॉल्व. ठीक है? So those puzzles and riddles and arrangements and combination, these are the 2 very basic topics and important ones as well that you need to start practicing in the very first 3 months. Arrangements are of linear arrangement or symmetrical arrangement. Within symmetrical, you have got circular arrangement, you have got square table arrangement, rectangular table arrangement, and so on and so forth. Combination is more like match the following, right? So for the first 3 months, this is what you need to cover in your DI and LR part. And when you are doing the LR part, you will be looking at up to moderate level of all of this. At advanced level abhi bhi nahi. Okay? What about the next 3 months, January to March? So if you talk about DI, once you are done with the arithmetic part, percentage ratio and all that, and you are done with basics of DI, now you can move over to moderate level. Okay? And different varieties or representations of DI. Okay, so different representations. For example, bar chart, scatter diagram, box and whisker, web diagram, 3-axis diagram, tables, right? Different varieties of representation of data, unko solve karna है and moderate level tak jana hai. When it comes to LR, in the next 3 months, you are supposed to pick up now rank based questions, okay? Then you can pick up set theory, you can pick up games and tournaments, you can pick up data missing or missing data, logical and analytical reasoning type questions. Analytical here would mean calculation based, logical would mean completely logic based, right? These types of sets that you need to pick up in these 3 months, January, February, March, और ये आपका फिर moderate level तक होना चाहिए. Why is it necessary to finish all these topics, all these varieties by March? Because the mocks that you are going to start writing, it somewhere starts in the month of March and April pan India. So before you start writing mocks, you should be aware of, you know, all these different varieties. Every day you should be solving 4 sets. Har din 4 sets, which would mean approximately 100 sets per month. जब आप इतना करना शुरू कर दोगे 100 sets per month, by March you would going to be extremely good in LRDI. ठीक है, बहुत अच्छे हो जाओगे. This is the most difficult section and this is the section where 99% of the students struggle. ठीक है, हर साल year on year we have seen that 9 or let's say 10 out of 10 students, they struggle with LRDI even though the exam is near. Their scores are never consistent. It fluctuates. Sometimes they score 30 marks. Sometimes they score only 5 or 10 marks. It's because that they are never confident with the type of sets that are given in the mocks. उनके luck के ऊपर होता है completely. कि if they understand it, they will be able to solve it. If they don't understand it, they won't be. So मतलब there are going to be certain mocks जहाँ पर they won't be able to understand even a single set out of 4. So उनका score कम हो जाता है. They are somehow able to solve 3 or 4 questions. That's it. उसमें भी कुछ गलत. Sometimes they attempt 10 questions. Only 2 or 3 of them are correct. Right? Anyone who is targeting this year's CAT would agree with me. Okay, this is something that you guys face. Why do you guys face this problem? Because ये आपने शुरू नहीं करा था. March end तक you guys were not done with around 400 sets. If you guys were done with around 400 sets by March, so you may have covered, of course you can't ever cover all varieties, but you may have covered major types of LR sets. So when you attempt a mock, looking at a mock LR sets, you can connect it with the kind of sets you have already practiced. पर आपके पास suppose there are 10 varieties of LR sets that exist, suppose, और आपने practice 4 करे. So in the mocks, if you get the sets from the remaining 6 varieties, you have no idea how to solve it. The more varieties you practice, suppose out of 10 varieties of LR sets, if you are done with 8 varieties, तो मॉक में कोई भी कॉम्बिनेशन आएगा आउट ऑफ 4 varieties, आपको 1, 2, 3 तो सॉल्व होना ही है ना. So it all comes down to how many varieties of LR sets you have practiced, and every type के 3, 4, 5 sets you need to practice. How will you get to know that? When you pick up 4 sets every day and practice continuously on a regular basis. See, 30 days में 4 sets per day के हिसाब से 120 sets should happen. But I have given you only 100 sets, assuming that 25 out of 30 days of a month you will be doing that. 5 days आपकी तबीयत ठीक नहीं है, you did not get time, you were busy with your work, your school, your college exams, right? तो मैंने वो आपको दे दिया थोड़ा सा break 5 days का. What about April to June? April to June you are going to do the same thing that we saw above, but not moderate level, you will move over to advanced level. All the topics that you guys have covered up to March, next 3 months में उन्हीं topics के अब difficult questions करने हैं. Because in the mocks, what will happen is, mocks will start, right, from March itself. So when you will be writing mocks from March, April, May, June, you will realize that out of 4 sets of LRDI in the mocks, you are able to solve 1 or 2 for sure, which will fetch you a 98, 99 percentile. But if you need a 100 percentile, if you want to grow, you want to go there, जहाँ पर आप 100 percentile हो, you will have to venture into that particular region of LRDI where the sets were difficult. But difficult अभी तक practice करा नहीं है. We practiced only moderate levels. So for difficult levels or advanced level sets, if you want to have a good grip on such type of sets, you need to practice them. That will come in the month of April to June. And as you practice them and along with it, while you will be writing the mocks, you will realize that अब 2 sets की जगह out of 4 in the mocks, you are able to attempt 3 or 2.5. Because now you are not scared of the advanced level, right? Students who did not take LRDI seriously for this year's CAT, they are struggling with this. Advanced level दूर की बात है. They are not even able to select the proper or right amount of sets. Which set is easy, which one is difficult, अभी भी backfire करता उनका. Why? Because when they started the preparation in the month of, let's say, last year August or September or this year's January or March, they did not take LRDI seriously. They were like कि हाँ चलो किसी दिन कर लिए 1-2 sets and someday 4 sets कर लिए. They were never consistent. So the amount of sets required, that was never covered. So अब उसका result दिखता है उनको mocks में. So people who are targeting next year, you guys have enough and ample time. Do not take this lightly, because people who take LRDI lightly, they always suffer. Their overall percentile is good, but because of just LRDI, they don't get a call from ABCKL. ठीक है, ये ऐसा हो जाता है कि 84 percentile आया LRDI में, 70 percentile in LRDI, 99 percentile in QNVRC. Still ABC won't call, isn't it? You need to clear the sectional cutoffs. What will happen in the next 3 months, July, August, September? You will be forgetting the varieties of sets. So mock sets ka revisit. Okay. So you don't have to only solve varieties, but all the varieties that you have solved, you need to resolve them. There are so many varieties of LRDI type of sets that it's next to impossible to cover all of that. You solve 4 sets every day all your life. You will still come across certain sets which you have never seen before. तो आपका syllabus कभी complete नहीं होने वाला. If someone is thinking I will complete the varieties of LRDI and then I'll start writing mocks, you are a foolish person. आप गलत सोच रहे हो, ठीक है? You are just getting scared of the mocks and the results. So when the mocks are done and July month kicks in, you need to revisit these sets of the mocks that you have written so far. You need to do more varieties. Okay. And when you will be doing this, limit yourself to moderate levels majorly. Advanced करना है पर ज़्यादा नहीं करना, ठीक है? October and November, it will be only writing mocks and previous year questions. Okay. So what I suggest normally to my students is that they should be solving previous year question mocks, previous year question LRDI sets, but to a certain extent. For example, if you're targeting CAT 2024, so what you need to do is pick up 2019 या 17 या 18 का LRDI, one of the slots, और उसको solve करो, okay, and see to what extent you understand how much you can solve and how much you can't. Now, don't pick up another slot or another year उसको solve करो, because right now you are not prepared. तो अगर आप initially में ही, if you are going to try to solve all the sets and you have an idea कि इसका आंसर क्या उसका आंसर क्या है, तो बाद में when you are well prepared, it will not be a fair attempt, isn't it? Because you would already know the answer. When you are completely prepared, then you should get into the ring with a boxer so that you can see where you stand. अभी आप prepared नहीं हो, आप boxing ring में चले गए और आप लड़ रहे हो, और आप हार रहे हो, obviously you are going to lose, obviously you won't be able to score good, but then you get to know the moves and the tricks of the opponent, which is not good. That's cheating, right? So previous year questions, do attempt couple of them at the beginning to have an idea what level of questions CAT gives, but majorly aapko once you are prepared in the last 2 months of the preparation of the exam, that's when you need to pick up all the previous year questions. ठीक है, चलो let's look at the questions, and these all questions are from Venn diagram, which is a part of quant as well as LRDI. Okay, so in LRDI you get a proper set. There will be a particular question with 4, 5, 6 questions under that set. So this is problem 1. Employees are grouped by their areas of expertise and are placed on at least one team. 40 are on the sales team, 60 are on the strategy team, and 80 are on the design team. 10 workers are on both the sales and strategy teams, 12 workers are on both the strategy and design teams, 18 workers are on both the sales and design teams, and 8 employees are on all the 3 teams. How many employees are there in total? So what we do is we draw 3 circles, one for each sales, strategy and design. So I will call this sales wala circle and I will say this is 40. The next one I will call this as strategy and there are 60. And the last one is design, and on design there are 80 employees. It is given that they are on at least one team. That tells us कि outside 0 है, which means every number that we are going to write is going to be within the circles and not here. Then what you do is you pick the central value, which is denoted by all 3. So how many employees are there in all 3 teams? 8. So this 8 goes here. Then you pick up the petals, petals as in ye wala ship. Okay? There are 3 petals here. Second petal is this, or you can call this as fish ship. Aapko jaisa bhi bolna hai, right? These are the 3 petals. So we'll pick up those petals and start writing the values. 18 workers are on sales and design. So it says yahan par total jo number hai on this petal is 18. Out of this 18, 8 is already there, isn't it? So this is going to be 10. Using the same logic, we have got 12 on both strategy and design. So strategy and design is total of 12. So this has to be 4. Then it is given that 10 are both on sales and strategy. So sales and strategy is this vertical petal. So this is 10. So this is going to be 2. Right? Question is how many employees are there in total? So we need to find out these 3 values, add them. Overall, there are 7 regions whose values we need to add. Because 8th region outside is 0. So we need to calculate these values. This is how we calculate. We will pick the largest circle. This is already 80, right? So this circle is already taken care of. Iska value 80 hoga. Yahan kitna hai, I don't care. Whatever I am going to write, sum of all these 4 numbers will be 80 here. Okay? So let's not waste time calculating that. Sales overall is 40, out of which 20 is here. So this is another 20. Strategy overall is 60, out of which 40 is here. Sorry, 14 is here. So this is going to be 46. 46 plus 14 is 60. So total kitna ho jayega? This is 80 plus 20 plus 48. So 148 people are there overall inside this boundary. So C option. Right? Next question. In a group of 50 people, 22 speak Marathi, 15 speak Gujarati, and 14 speak Punjabi. 9 people speak exactly 2 of the 3 languages, and 1 person speak all the 3 languages. How many of the 50 people speak none of the 3 languages? So this is a question where Venn diagram is not going to help. Okay, you should remember that universal set is given as summation of the sets, and summation of sets की जगह x0 plus x1 excuse me, plus x2 plus x3, where x stands for exactly n. x0 means exactly 0, x1 means exactly 1. So x की जगह आप exactly बोलो, and the subscript number tells you how many sets we are dealing with. And the sum of the sets is given as 0 into x0 plus 1 into x1 plus 2 into x2 plus 3 into x3. 0 into x0 is 0, right? These are the two equations that are used to solve questions like these, where Venn diagram is not going to be helpful because individual region values we don't know, and putting in a lot of variables is also irrelevant. क्या करेंगे? Group of 50 people, so this is universal. So 50 is equal to x0 नहीं पता, x1 नहीं पता. One person speak all the three languages, so x3 is 1. And 9 people, they speak exactly 2 languages, so this is 9. And summation of the sets, these are the 3 sets that we have, so 22 plus 15 plus 14 will be equal to, this is 0, x1 plus 2x2, which is x2 is 9, and 3x3, and that is 1. So from the second one, we will get the value of x1 as, this is 20, 40, 51, 51, and 18 plus 3 is 21, and this is 29, 8, 30. If x1 is going to be 30, and if I put it here, x1 as 30, I will get x0 as 10. So x1 is 30 and x0 turns out to be 10. So question is, how many of these people speak none of the 3 languages? None means 0. So the answer is going to be 10. Right? So हमें x0 चाहिए था, 10 आ जाएगा. Problem number 3. In a group of children, 780 children like at most 2 of the 3 ice cream flavors. 60 children like none of the 3 flavors. This like at least one of the 3 flavors. How many children like exactly one of the 3 flavors, right? So this is again a question on either the formula or the Venn diagram, depending upon how much of information is given to us. It is given that 780 children like at most 2 of the 3 ice cream flavors. So at most 2 of the ice cream flavors. So 2, 1 or 0. Total मिला के 780 है. 60 children like none of the 3 flavors. 320 children like vanilla, this, like this. And 750 like at least one of the 3 flavors. How many children like exactly one of the 3 flavors? So here again using the equation, how many children are there? It's not given, right? So we are given that 780 children like x0 plus x1 plus x2, right? At most 2, यानी कि x0 से x2 का sum. 60 children like none of the 3 flavors. So we are given that x0 is equal to 60. Now sum of the sets, which is 320, 340 and 390 का sum. So 320 plus 340 plus 390 का sum is going to be x1 plus twice x2 plus thrice x3, right? तो मैं काम करता हूँ, since I am not using the Venn diagram, तो I will erase this part, है ना? कि ये हमारा जरूरत ही नहीं है इसका. So we will have plus thrice x3. Okay. Then it is also given that 750 kids like at least one of the 3 flavors, which is x1 plus x2 plus x3. Right? Okay. So question is, what is the value of x1 from here? So if you solve this, this is going to be 900 1000. So 1050 is equal to x1 plus twice x2 plus thrice x3. And we have 750 is equal to x1 plus x2 plus x3. And we are given x0 as 60. So from here we will get x1 plus x2 is equal to 720. अब मेरे को x1 x2 में equation चाहिए so that I get the value of x1. So I need to get rid of x3. So in order to get rid of x3, what I will do is I will do thrice it and subtract. When I thrice it and subtract, 3x3 will cancel out. I will have 3x2 minus 2x2, which will give me x2. 3x1 minus x1, which will give me 2x1. And I will have 750 into 3, which is 2250 minus 1050. So 2200 minus 1000 is going to give us 1200. इनको solve करके अपन को x1 चाहिए. Very easy. If we subtract, I will be able to get rid of x2 and I will get the value of x1. So x1 is going to be 1200 minus 720, which is 480. So 480 aa jayega. So the Venn diagram approach would not have helped because a lot of information is not known to us. हमें बस ये पता है कि at least 1 is these many, at most 2 is this many, exactly 0 is this many, right? So 480 is the answer. Okay. Set best Venn diagram question. So I'll have to hide myself for this. नहीं, मेरे को hide करने की जरूरत नहीं है. What I will do is I'll move these questions to the other side. Right? आप भी देख सकोगे questions. So, in a company, there are 500 employees, 180 employees do not have car, 270 employees do not have a bike, and 280 employees do not have a scooter. So, we're talking about 3 attributes, 3 parameters, car, bike, and scooter. 10 employees do not have any of the 3, 420 employees have a car or a bike, 430 employees have a car or a scooter, 370 employees have a bike or a scooter. And then we need to solve this. In other words, a lot of information is given. We can now straight away use the Venn diagram to solve this. ठीक है? चलो, कैसे solve करेंगे? Total 500 employees हैं. So outside the boundary, universal is 500. Now 180 employees do not have a car. Okay, so let's say this is car and this one is bike and this one is scooter. Now in the question it is given that 180 employees do not have the car. So 500 में अगर 180 do not have the car, that would mean the remaining 320 they have the car. Similarly, 270 employees do not have a bike, which means 500 minus 270, which is 230, will have a bike. 280 employees do not have a scooter, that means the remaining 220 will have a scooter. So I'm drawing the Venn diagram, or the values I'm going to put in the regions is about the people who have things. In the question it is mentioned they don't have that. 10 employees do not have any of the 3. So none idhar aa jayega. Right? Okay. Next it says 420 employees have a car or a bike. 430 employees have a car or a scooter. 370 employees have a bike or a scooter. So I'll take this as A, I'll take this as B, this as C, and this as D. Okay. If I look at 420 employees having a car or a bike, so what this means is this 320, let's write it like this. This 320 plus these 2 is 420. Hai na? So we are going to use that. So if I write the variables as X, A, B, and C, so we can say 320 plus, let's call this as A, B, C nahi lete hain because these are the letters we will represent for this, car, bike, and scooter. So let's write this as P, Q and R. Okay. So 320 plus B plus R is given as 420, right? Similarly, 430 have a car or a scooter. So car or a scooter would mean 320 plus S plus R. This is 430, right? And then it says 370 have bike or a scooter. So bike or scooter में किसी एक को ले लेते हैं. So let's take bike. So we will have 230 plus S plus Q is equal to 370. Right. Okay. This looks lengthy. Can we simplify this? We can simplify this. देखो ऐसे simplify करेंगे. This is how we will do. Can we say that the sum of these 9 regions where variables or letters are written, their sum is going to be 490. Why? Because 500 में से 10 is here. So the sum of the values in these 7 regions, 7 मतलब 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. In these 7 regions should be 490. So this is going to be 320 plus B plus R plus S, and this is going to be 490. Now, if we add these two, we will get 640 या फिर 320 का double plus B plus 2R plus S is equal to 420 plus 430. है ना? Okay. Now, if I subtract these two, what will happen is, if I subtract 1 minus 2, so what will happen is B and R will cancel out, sorry, B and S will cancel out, I'll get the value of R. So R की value इधर से आ जाएगी, 320 will vanish, 420 and 70 will vanish. When 70 vanishes, this is 360. S and S will vanish, B and B will vanish, एक R भी चला जाएगा. So I'll get the value of R as 360 minus this 320, which will give me 40. So the value of R here turns out to be 40. ठीक है? Okay. The moment I get the value of R as 40, I'll get the value of B also. So 320 plus 40 is 360. 420 minus 360 is going to be 60. So B turns out to be 60. Similarly, if I put the value of R40 over here, I will have the value of SS70. Right? Now, what else can we calculate? Let's calculate now the value of CP, R and X in सबको कर लेते हैं. So I will erase these 3 variables now, and let's add the value of the scooter. This is 220, right? Out of which 70 plus 40 is 110. So this turns out to be 110 minus X. Similarly, look at the bike circle. This is overall 230, out of which 60 plus 40, 100 is already there. So this is 130 minus X. Let's look at the car ka circle. We need a total of 320. So 320 mein se we already have 240. That would mean we need 80. We have minus X plus X minus X. We need plus X. And what do we know? We know that bike or scooter ka sum is 370, है ना? So let's use that now. So if you look at the bike, that is already 230 plus scooter ka S is 70 plus 110 minus X, and this is going to be 370. So this is 300. X की value 40 आ जाएगी. Okay, if you solve this, we'll get the value of x as 40. So the moment x turns out to be 40, this is 40, this turns out to be 90, this turns out to be 70, this turns out to be 80 plus 70, which is 150. Let's add and verify if all the values match. Car is 320, 150 plus 90, 240 plus 100 and hold on. 80 plus 40 is 120, no? So we will have 120 plus 70, 190, 190 plus 90, 280, 280 plus 40 is 320. Let's look at bike circle. We have 60 plus 40, 100, 90 plus 40, 130, 100 plus 130 is 230, right? Let's look at scooter. Scooter is 70 plus 70, that is 140, 40 plus 40 is 80, 140 plus 80 is 220. Also, total sum should give us 100. So we have 324 car plus 100, 420 plus 80, 100. 70 plus 10 is 80, 100. So that is 500. So everything matches, and these are the values that we will have for each region. Once we have the values for each of these regions, we can solve anything that is asked. How many employees have both a car and a scooter? So a car and a scooter. 110. How many employees have all the three vehicles? All the three vehicles, ye wale, 40 of them. How many employees have exactly one type of vehicle? Exactly one type. So sum of these three, 60 plus 70 is 130, 130 plus 120 is 250. So 250. How many employees have car and bike only? Car and bike only means no scooter allowed. So scooter ke circle se bahar. This will result in 90. So 90 is the answer. So you can see that Venn diagram, like I said before, in LR, is an important topic, and that is something you need to get done in the first 3 months of next year. And these are the types of questions that you need to do. Anyone who was not able to follow this, you need to go through the concepts of Venn diagram. How do we draw the Venn diagrams? What are the equations that are important? De Morgan's theorem, they are not important. They are not relevant in CAT or competitive exams. ठीक है, वो A union B, A intersection B आपको help बिल्कुल नहीं करता. So you can unlock your free trial by downloading our app, and you can unlock that app for 3 days of full access by putting in your contact number on the dashboard and click on this button which says start free trial. And anyone who's targeting this year's CAT can enroll in our CAT 2023 and other MBA exam test series. You will be provided with more than 80 mocks, 10,000 practice questions, 3 all India open mock videos, open mocks with detailed answers and solutions, and mock analysis, video solutions for all of that. Okay, and the test series are very close to the CAT level. Meet our CAT 2022 toppers. You can be one among them. For that, all you need to do is be very much attentive, watch our videos, which are all free to you, which are available on YouTube and on the app. And you can subscribe to our channel, because this coming Sunday at 1 p.m. we will have our marathon session, which we take every year. Okay, so it's going to be a 4-hour continuous session where we will take care of VARC, LRDI and QA. We will talk about the shortcut techniques to solve questions, the important concepts or the important topics that are going to come this year. Okay, expected questions, not exactly exact question to nahi pata kisi ko. So make sure that you are live when we are, and you can join us live for our NMAT 2023 decoded series session. So here we will be discussing the analysis and the expected cutoff for this year's NMAT. This is going to happen on 20th of September at 7 p.m. by Mr. Gautam. He is going to write NMAT on that day, and once he has written the exam, he will come and he will discuss the level of difficulty and the strategy to crack NMAT for this year. So anyone who is writing NMAT, you need the analysis, you will have it on 20th. You can avail up to 90% scholarship for our CAT preparation programs. All you need to do is register for this scholarship test, which is there on the dashboard. You can be one among those more than 27,000 students who have won more than 1 crore scholarship. And CAT 2023 crash course is going to be live very soon from 23rd of October onwards at 7 p.m. These are 20 plus power packed live sessions, which consist of highly probable questions that may come in the exam this year. Section wise, we will help you to boost your scores as well. The 4th All India Open Mock CAT 2023 is going to be live from 27th October to 5th of November. So again, anyone who is interested and writing this year's CAT seriously, make sure that you register for this particular mock and attempt this mock. You will get to know your place, position, pan-India, and how much you need to score further, what are your strengths and weaknesses, what should be your D-Day strategy, and you will get the video solutions. So that's a bonus. And do not forget to check out our social media handles and pages, and do not forget to join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA. Until next session, everyone, thank you for joining. Take care. I'll sign off. See you guys again very soon. Bye-bye.